We've all been there, hitting snooze way too many times, stumbling out of bed already late, rushing out the door and just hating our mornings. I totally get it because for years that's what my mornings looked like. Waking up early just seemed impossible. But once I started researching and looking at the science behind waking up early, I figured it out. And now I get more done in the morning than I used to in an entire day, while still staying energized throughout the day, and I genuinely enjoy my mornings. So how did I do it? In this video, I'll share 10 science-based things that you can do to wake up earlier, actually enjoy your mornings, and become your best self. Your why. Your why is your reason for waking up early. Your why might not be so obvious at first, but for a lot of people, including for me, my why for waking up early in the morning is to start the day on a good note, not on a already stressed note. To have even just a little bit of time for myself before I need to look at my to-do list, respond to people, work on stuff, go places, answer people, get work done, and all of that. My why for waking up early is to have time to move, to have time to be mindful. Simply put, my why for waking up early in the morning is because it just makes me feel so much better. I really enjoy the time, even if the moment when the alarm rings and you realize it's time to get up is not always fun, but the time that it gives me to focus on myself and prepare for the day makes it worth it. And that is my why. Your why might be different. Maybe you want to have some extra time to spend with your family or with your partner. Maybe you want to work on a business. Maybe you want to have time to work out. It can be so many different things. But just being aware of why we actually want to wake up earlier, not just because it sounds good and a lot of people are doing it, it makes it more likely that we are actually gonna wake up earlier because now we have something that we care about. Maybe you've heard of the circadian rhythm before. The circadian rhythm is a very complex mechanism in our body which regulates our sleep schedule along with a bunch of other biological processes. What is important to know is that the circadian rhythm can adapt. If you fly across the globe and you are in a different time zone, you will be jet lagged for a while, but the circadian rhythm is capable of adapting to these changes. There's also another thing that a lot of people confuse with the circadian rhythm, which is the chronotype. The chronotype basically tells you what type of sleeper you are. So it indicates how much sleep you need. And this doesn't change. If you would let yourself sleep and wake up when you're rested enough and you notice that those are 9 hours, that means that your body needs 9 hours of sleep regardless of if you go to bed at 10 p.m. or at 1 a.m. So it is important to know your body and know what you need. While some people need 9 hours of sleep, other people are fine with 7. Most recommendations average around 7 hours of sleep a night for adults. However, some people just need more. It is important to know your own body. I used to ask myself, how does my body actually know that it needs to be awake? And how come if we fly to a different continent, we will be jet lagged, but after a while our body seems to adapt? The answer seems to be really simple. Light. Exposure to light actually resets our circadian rhythm. It basically tells our brain, okay, it's time to be awake, the day has started. So now that you know that, you can use that to your advantage. When you wake up, the first thing you should do is to let some light in. Open those blinds, open that window. If you have a balcony, go outside. If you have a garden, go outside. Get some light in your eyes. The thing is, winter can get really tricky. You might wake up hours before it actually gets bright outside. That's fine. You can substitute natural light by other types of light. There are these light alarm clocks that you can get. I don't have one of those. They look cool. Might give it a try. But just simply turning the lights on in your apartment can also help. That is also a source of light. We already talked about the fact that our circadian rhythm can be reset by light, so it actually helps you wake up earlier. But I have good news. There are other things that will also help you reset and regulate your circadian rhythm. Like food. But what does that mean? It means that if you actually eat around the same time every single day, this will also help your body to adapt to your new rhythm. It will make it easier for you to wake up earlier and to adapt to this new habit of waking up earlier and also eating earlier. Keep in mind that nutrition just plays a huge role in our lives. And in this case, it can surprisingly actually help you wake up earlier. If that's not a life hack, I don't know what is. If you're enjoying this video and you want to see more tips and advice on how to become the best version of yourself, build some healthy habits, build a routine, that type of stuff, subscribe. What are you waiting for? When I would attempt to wake up early, I would sometimes succeed for one day. I would wake up early, but then I would go to bed really late and then again wake up at 9 a.m. the next day. And I would feel horrible. I mean, of course, my body was completely confused and had absolutely no routine, and there was just no consistency, like anywhere. If we look at the science, again, we can see that our circadian rhythm is guided by the wake up time and not the sleep time, which just simply means that it is important to wake up at the same time. Our circadian rhythm thrives on consistency. And surprisingly, by getting up at the same time every day, we can get some other benefits that we just normally don't really think about. We have improved quality of sleep, less sleep deprivation. It becomes easier to wake up because we have less of this morning grogginess, which is sometimes called sleep inertia. It really describes this feeling that you can have sometimes after even sleeping for 10 hours, when you kind of feel like you could sleep more, but you know you already slept enough. So like, what's that about? That is sleep inertia. If we have a consistent wake-up time and an improved sleep, we also need to rely less on caffeine. We will be more alert throughout the day. We need less naps, our long-term memory works better, and our mood improves. We are less irritable, and we seem to have an overall better mood. The thing is, all of this kind of goes against what a lot of people are doing, because a lot of people go to bed and then they wake up as late as possible in order to maximize their sleep, which actually works completely against the way that your body regulates sleep, which is through the circadian rhythm. So if you want to keep waking up as late as possible in order to maximize your sleep, that is up to you. But the research does show that waking up at a consistent time actually helps you and your body more and has a lot of benefits. Learn to enjoy mornings. I know this sounds really basic and really straightforward, but let's go back to the research for a second. Research shows that not a lot of people are actual evening types. Only around 10, 15, maybe 20% of people are genuinely more productive in the evening than throughout the day or in the morning, which means that most people would profit from being more productive in the morning or throughout the day. Research also says that feeling productive during our day makes us feel more at peace in the evening, which leads to better sleep and then, of course, a more refreshed morning the next day. So it's really a cycle. And there are even more layers to this. If your morning consists of things you do not want to do, like you wake up and you need to rush to school or to work or to university, of course you're not gonna feel very inspired when you wake up. Like, why would you? There's nothing to look forward to. But if you have a morning filled with things you enjoy, it can be simple things like making a cup of coffee, sitting down, reading a book for 10 minutes, journaling, calling a friend, working out, moving your body. They don't have to be big, time-intensive things, but just these small actions that make you feel good. If you include those in your morning routine, you're more likely to want to wake up earlier and to wake up with a sense of purpose, because you know that your day starts in a really enjoyable way. When I would struggle to wake up early, there was this really weird cycle happening where in the evening I would think, like, yeah, why would I sacrifice my evening to wake up early and to have to like struggle through the morning and just not enjoy it? But the thing was, what was I even doing in my evenings? I was just scrolling through Netflix, watching whatever would come up, because there was nothing I really wanted to do in the evening. I just wanted to do nothing. And after I started waking up earlier, I realized that starting my day on a calm, positive, energizing note, starting it with a workout, with a cup of coffee, with some journaling, I enjoy that way more than just mindlessly scrolling on social media or watching Netflix just so that I have an excuse to like not go to bed. One of the best tips that I've ever heard about waking up earlier is to not set a wake up time, but to set a bedtime. And it truly only made sense to me once I tried it. The thing is, if you set a wake up time, you're way more likely to not get 7 or 8 hours, maybe not even 6 hours of sleep in. If you set a bedtime, you just say you want to wake up at 6 a.m. That means if you want to get 8 hours of sleep, you need to go to bed at 10 p.m. Which means at 9:30 you can already head to bed, brush your teeth, turn off the lights, do stuff like that, and then just try to be in bed by the time that it's bedtime. I've tried this and it is truly the best thing if you want to wake up early and not feel groggy and super annoyed in the morning. I usually try to head to sleep at around 9:30 or 10 and then be in bed by 10:30 and Then I can make sure I'm asleep by 11 so I can wake up at 6 a.m. and feel refreshed. Right now, I'm watching a Netflix series. I would love to watch another episode, but at the same time, I've already watched 1.5 episodes. At the end of the day, at the end of the night, it's way more worth it to me to sleep well, to wake up early, feel refreshed, go to the gym, do my stuff, have a nice morning, than to watch another episode. Like I've already had enough. It's way easier to sit on the couch and just say I'm gonna go to bed later and then watch another episode and go to bed even later. Set a bedtime, not a wake up time. The least you can do is just try it out. It is time to go to bed, and I really try to make my environment reflect that. So I turn off the TV, I stop going on social media, going on my phone, watching YouTube videos, any of that. I just want to have some peace and quiet before I go to bed so that my brain can also get into this mode of going to bed. I do have some clothes that I need to put to dry, and I'm gonna do that because I know that it helps me to not wake up and see a bunch of stuff that I still need to do. Designing your environment in a way that is suggestive that you're gonna go to bed, like turning on very soft lights, not having direct lights, turning off blue lights, lighting a candle, maybe playing some like relaxing music instead of like hip hop or something like that. All those things together will help you create an environment that makes your brain go, oh, okay, it's time to sleep, let's head to bed. I know that this is what science says, and this video is supposed to give you all the tools that you need to make working up early a consistent habit. But at the end of the day, we are human and no one is perfect. It's okay to sleep in one day. It's okay if you go out and you're just too hungover to wake up, or you're just too tired to wake up one day. Building a consistent routine that includes waking up early is supposed to help you be more productive, manage your time better, build some discipline. It's supposed to help you, not to stress you out more. So do not beat yourself up if you wake up late one day, or 2 days, or an entire week. That's fine. Sometimes we just need the rest. If you fall out of your routine, be kind to yourself. You can get back in it. Just remember, you can do anything you set your mind to. If you want to start waking up earlier, you can 100% do it. You got this. I believe in you. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you will enjoy your new routine. I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye!